Cualquier cosa que escriba algo.
Oh, yeah, we should have never taken those freaking things off. Should have kept them
What,
up.
what, the what?
The fishbowl.
The problem is that they broke the mica, and we had to have it redone.
Throw it out.
No, they're stored.
Put them up again.
Yeah, but we just replaced the mica. Okay.
All right, let me know when I'm ready, when it's on air and we're ready.
You're live.
Live? Okay, perfect. Okay, welcome. Today is January 5th, 2022, 7:32 p.m., and it's a regular city commission meeting in the city of West Miami. Call this meeting to order. Can I get the invocation, Major?
Please bow our heads. Lord, whether we leave behind a year of joy or of trials and difficulties, we pause to give thanks. Thank you for being with us every year, every day. Thank you for making all things new and for giving us the grace of fresh starts and new beginnings. Remind us of your presence in the days to come, even when we feel pushed and rushed by busyness. Be glorified in our life this year and forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. Madam Clerk, the roll call?
Yes, item 3, roll call. Mayor Rhonda Rodriguez is excused this evening. Vice Mayor Eric Diaz-Padrón
Here.
present and presiding. Commissioner Candida Blanca. Commissioner Juan Blanes.
Present.
Commissioner Luciano Suarez.
Yes.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Next item.
Item 4, presentation of minutes for approval for December 1st, 2021, regular commission meeting.
Get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All right, call the roll.
Commissioner Blanca. Commissioner Suarez.
Yes.
Commissioner Blanes.
Yes.
Mayor Diaz-Padrón.
Yes.
4-0, item passes. Thank you.
Next item.
Item 5, public comments. No comments from the public, Mr.
Seeing none
Mayor?
this evening?
No.
All right, next item.
Item 6, report of the city manager.
My report is verbal this evening. Mr. Mayor, members of the City Commission, I want to wish you and your family and all the employees of the City of West Miami and all of our families a very happy and healthy new year. The first thing on my report is we were notified this afternoon by the Office of the City Attorney that the Public Employee Relations Commission went ahead and issued an order allowing the Department of Public Works, a specific class, to have an election so that employees could decide whether they wanted to be represented by a collective bargaining unit. So we will bring you the updates as they become available. The next item in my report includes a memo that was also forwarded to the Mayor and City Commission yesterday regarding the COVID restrictions and the ever-changing CDC guidelines and what our employees need to do to stay safe and healthy. And so if you have any questions regarding the memo, please feel free to inquire. And we do check the site every other day to make sure that we notify our employees of what the protocols established are. That being said, I'm working with Vice Mayor Diaz-Padrón on the issue of the charging stations. I know we had a conversation before the meeting, and I'm making some progress, and I've also reached out to some of our municipal managers. And as well, I have talked to a couple of companies that have that have the resources available. We just have to decide which way to go, but before we do that, I'd like to develop a business plan, as small as it may be. I think it'll be a helpful tool for us to follow. So I hope to present that at the next commission meeting, and hopefully we're going to look to you for some guidances as well.
Perfect. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much on the for the following up on and the work you've done on the charging stations.
Thank you, sir.
Next item?
Okay,
Item
Oh,
7.
Point
back.
of privilege,
go ahead.
Mr. Mayor. Madam Manager, can you mention that dog publicly?
Of
Maybe
course.
someone will hear the dog. I don't know if they can see the picture somehow.
Of course. Late this afternoon, one of our city employees brought in a stray dog, what appears to be a Cocker Spaniel, a male dog that is lost. He's very well groomed, so we assume that he belongs to a family. The Miami-Dade County Animal Services was out here just moments ago. They took the dog, but we have pictures of the dog. I want to thank Officer Felix Vasquez, who took his time to take the dog to the vet to see if the dog had a chip. So I got to tell you, from looking at the dog, he looks like a dog that belongs to a family. So please call the West Miami Police Department at 305-266-0530 so that they can give you some information on where to go and find your doggy if your dog is lost.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Officer Vasquez, wherever he is, for that. Next item?
Item 7, report of the city attorney.
There's no report to the city attorney.
None
Beautiful.
this
Next
evening.
item?
Item 8, report of the city engineer, and Mr. Mayor, the engineer asked to be excused this evening.
All right, thank you.
No report.
Next item?
Item 9, committee reports.
There's no reports. Does anybody have any reports?
No.
Okay, next item?
Item 10, unfinished business. Under unfinished business, item 10A, nominations to the 75th anniversary committee.
I think the committee itself was tabled, right?
The meeting, the mayor, Mayor Rodriguez called the meeting off early this morning due to the rising numbers in the COVID cases, and so the meeting was canceled until another time
Okay,
in
so,
the near future.
okay, does anybody have any nominations to the committee?
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I have Minnie Garcia. She will be part of the committee.
Minnie
I
Garcia,
don't-
Herminia.
I know Minnie. I don't know Herminia. Herminia
Herminia,
Garcia. Yes.
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 No, Eddie Muñoz is already in the list.
Okay, so we have Commissioner Suarez's nomination.
Got it.
All right, next item?
Item 11, under new business agenda items, item 11A, which is a presentation of recognitions to employees' anniversaries to Rafael Moya, 15 years of service, and the employee had a previous engagement and requested to postpone this item until next meeting of January 19th.
All right.
Yes. Next item would be item 11B, which is the first reading of an ordinance of the mayor and the city commission of the city of West Miami amending those portions of ordinance 282 and ordinance 2003-01 that pertains or refers to fences and hedges within the city of West Miami, regulating and restricting the erection, reconstruction, operation, location, and use of fences, repealing all other ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for codification, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
So this is
the
the first
reading,
This is the
no
first reading.
discussion.
So I need a motion.
Motion, second.
Please
Motion by
call
Commissioner
the-
Suarez.
Motion by Commissioner Suarez, second by Commissioner Blanes, and I need a roll call.
Yes, Commissioner Blanca, how do you vote? Commissioner Blanes?
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
Mayor Diaz-Padrón?
Yes.
4-0, item passes. And the
Mr.
public
Mr.
hearing?
Mayor,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor.
Public
even-
hearing.
Even though it's a first reading and there's no discussion, I would urge all the commissioners to read, please, the ordinance, so if we have any changes, to come to me as soon as possible. And the same thing would go well for the first reading of the next two ordinances, okay?
All right.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the public hearing and second reading of this ordinance will be advertised for February 2nd, 2022 at 7:30 p.m.
Okay. Next item, item C.
Item C is a first reading of an ordinance of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami creating the Office of Special Master, establishing qualifications of the Special Master, delegating authority to the Special Master to review code enforcement fines and liens imposed upon real estate owners and individuals for violations of city ordinances, delegating and authorizing the Special Master to mitigate fines imposed by the Code Enforcement Board for violations of city ordinance upon compliance and corrections of violations of the code, delegating and authorizing the Special Master to mitigate and release liens filed against real estate properties for violations of city codes upon compliance and correction of violations of the code, providing for codification, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Motion.
Okay,
Second.
all right, can I get a roll call?
Yes, Commissioner Blanca, how do you vote? Commissioner Blanes?
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
Mayor Diaz-Padrón?
Yes.
4-0, item passes, and public hearing and second reading of this ordinance will be advertised for February 2nd, 2022 at 7:30 p.m.
Okay, item D, please.
Item D, first reading, an ordinance of the Mayor and City Commission of the City of West Miami repealing sections 13.3, amending section 13.5 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of West Miami, prohibiting the display of mannequins, merchandise, wares, equipment, or any goods for sale outside of the premises of a licensed business or structure, providing for fines and/or penalties for non-compliance, providing for conflict correction, providing for severability, providing for transmittal, and providing for effective date. This item was sponsored by Mayor Rodriguez, and this is a first reading.
Motion.
We have motion and a second, call the roll.
Commissioner Blanes, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanca? Yes. Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
Mayor Diaz-Padrón?
Yes.
4-0, item passes, and public hearing and second reading will be advertised for February 2nd, 2022 at 7:30 p.m.
All right, items E and F,
Yes,
Clerk?
Mr. Mayor, on items E and F, the property owner Jonathan Ferreira requested to postpone this item until January 19, 2022 commission meeting.
okay, do we need a vote on the deferral or just the first? I don't think we need a vote, right?
No.
No?
To postpone,
Perfect, deferred. And item G, please.
yes, item G is a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami, Florida, calling for the election of the mayor and two commission members elected at large, with the election to be held on Tuesday, April 12, 2022, as provided by the charter of the city of West Miami, providing for designation of the canvassing board, providing for the closing of registration books, designating hours and places for voting, and establishing the qualifying fee for mayor and commission members, providing for an effective date. And as part of this resolution, it is the duty of my office to inform the public that the qualifying period for the City of West Miami elections of April 12, 2022 starts on Monday, February 21st, 2022 at noon and ends on Friday, February 25th, 2022 at noon. The canvassing board is the city clerk of the City of West Miami as supervisor of election. The closing of books, which is the deadline to register to vote, is March 14, 2022. The polling location is the City of West Miami Community Center, located at 901 Southwest 62nd Avenue, West Miami, Florida 33144. The qualifying fee is $50 paid to from the candidate's campaign account, plus a state assessment fee of $12. Also, at this election, 4 proposed amendments to the charter will be presented to the voters. The election information is posted in the city's website at www.cityofwestmiamifl.com under Departments, City Clerk, Election Information, Year 2022.
I want to add something here,
Go ahead.
because the last elections was a problem with the terms. And because even in the charter explained that one of the candidates runs for the term of the previous candidate, city attorney told me it was not specifically explained that. And that's what they produced to have to get the numbers. So I think we should, my question is this. can we add to this resolution something in the future for the next commission meeting? Because I think I want to add something in this.
What would
At
you like
least
to add?
I like to bring to the table.
What would you like to add?
Eh?
What would you like to add?
Well, I have to prepare it before the next commission meeting.
Actually, well, that's not, I mean, this is a city attorney question. I think that's a charter question. I don't think we can change the election procedures by resolution, but that's not for me.
Yes, as a matter of fact, that is a charter issue, so it cannot be changed by resolution.
But I mean, obviously you have the right to bring whatever you want with the city attorney. That's up to you and the city attorney to bring. It wouldn't be part of this resolution, right? Because this resolution is just a formality. But what you're talking about is
Well, the
something.
point is that in the charter said, the commissions who was running for re-election supposed to have their full term. And the commissioner who was running for half of the elections, like I did with Marco Rubio, I did run for 2 years. In the case that you was running against, when Ronda Rodriguez went to mayor, you was supposed to be to the end of her term. And some kind of interpretation from the city attorney, he created confusion.
I gotta defend the attorney here because here's the reality. I'm gonna lay it out very simple. If there had been an election, if somebody had filed additionally and there had been an election, right?
But
There's no way for me, because obviously you're talking about me and you. There's no way for me to have filed for a 2-year term. There's no possible, I even asked.
No,
I even asked the clerk.
no, my question is this, clerk, you put this today in the, because we had to do a certain time before the election. Can we postpone this until next meeting?
Do you mean the resolution? The resolution is pretty basic, and we have a deadline to meet with the elections department to submit the resolution in order to start the process of developing the whole election, the ballot and the whole dynamics of the
When is
election.
the deadline for the election department to present this?
So,
Could be January, what is the next, January 11 will be the next meeting, January 14?
19.
19. Do we have still time to postpone this until January 19?
we might have time, Commissioner, but I would encourage you to consider this resolution, and if you have further issues to bring for discussion,
No,
you
but
may
my
bring it
question
at a
is-
later date.
My question is, if you know, if we have time until January 19 to do this. January 19 is February, March, and April, 3 months before.
I understand that, but there are deadlines that must be.
I'm-
And we
I'm-
have charter amendments, another process going on that the elections department need to be aware of. We already have started the process, but we
You don't know,
can-
you
we
don't
do-
know,
we do
you
can
don't know
wait.
if
No,
we
no.
have time. You don't know.
it's
if
not
we have-
that I don't know.
You
It's
don't
that-
know, okay. you don't know.
I'm going to interject here because what you're asking to do is a charter amendment, and you can't amend the charter with a resolution.
Well, no charter amendment, because in that case, was a personal opinion that the city attorney told me personally that it's not explained. And for me, for everybody, it was clear.
You can't.
But I don't want to.
I can tell you, I'm an attorney, and I
No,
read that,
I know, I know.
and it was very clear to me.
I know, but I'm
But
talking to you.
I'll lay it out for you. I'm going to lay it out for you this way, because this is the way I got it laid out with the administration finally. If I wanted to, but this is the past election cycle. If I wanted to file for a 2-year term instead of a 4-year term, right? Last election.
Excuse me.
If I wanted to file for a 2-year term, could I have done that? Is there any mechanism for me to do that? Of course not, because the mechanism is a hierarchy. It's the top 2 get 4-year term, and the next one gets a 2-year term. There's no possible way for us. What you're asking to do would be
Vice Mayor,
impossible.
Vice Mayor, I don't ask you, try to make an amendment to the charter. And I talk to you as a vice mayor, not as a lawyer. Because we have here a person who make a salary as a city attorney, who was a person involved with me in that, not you. So you think, you don't know if we have time or not, right?
We have time until the 19th, but I don't see, because it's not, probably your concern is not relevant to the resolutions, to what we need to approve today.
Well, you don't know if we have time or not.
We have time.
We have time.
Until the
Well,
19th.
If we have time, I try to ask at the table if we can defer this until the next commission meeting. That's my proposal to the table.
Yeah, my opinion
You
is,
vote,
is
you
it would.
vote yes or no, that's it.
I agree with you, but I don't think there's any reason to defer this when you can't amend the charter or clarify the charter with a resolution.
There's a motion on the table by the Commissioner Suarez.
Perfect. Call the roll on that.
What's
There's
the
no,
motion?
The
there's no,
motion is to
there's
defer,
no
which-
second to that.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I say something before? I have a question for you. I think what Commissioner Suarez is alluding to, and correct me if I'm wrong here, typically we have an election, and the highest, for the commission, the highest vote getter and the second highest vote getter will get 4-year terms.
Correct, sir.
Right, and so we did not have a physical election.
Correct, sir.
Right, we just had we didn't have any opposition, so we didn't have an election. So everybody was equal, since there wasn't a highest vote getter.
Correct, sir.
So according to the charter, right, we were supposed to determine who's the highest vote getter by lot, right?
By
By
lot,
lot.
yes, sir.
Right.
You're totally correct.
It's, okay, so, and that's what we did, right?
That's what we did, except that we could not do by a coin because there were 3, and the coin has only 2 sides.
Okay. And, all right, okay, so we got that. So I think what Commissioner Suarez is pertaining to, and I don't know if the charter will have a say in this, is that, typically, the two people that run in the same, well, it's kind of.
We only run 2 here, 2 and 2. 3 is an exception.
But, right, that, because it was, right, that was.
It's an exception that's happened many times.
That was the exception, and it has
I
happened,
mean, when you came in, I believe, you came in, there was 4.
right?
When you came in, there was 4.
think so,
Everyone just decided that Commissioner Suarez would be vice mayor
Right,
and give him a 4-year term, even though that probably wasn't proper. And then you guys picked out of a hat.
right, I recall
So,
that.
Mr.
So there's,
Mr. Bland,
so the
Mr.
city.
Commissioner, I think that this is out of order, really. I mean, I understand what you're saying. If
not
there's an
really quite sure
issue,
what
if
I'm
there is
saying.
an issue, it should be brought to the table on time, so we have an opportunity to study it. Okay? The issue that might be brought, we don't know what the issue might be because it had not been brought out. The issue is whether or not it would be proper or advisable to postpone it or not to postpone it.
What I'm trying to ascertain is if the city charter will change
No, sir.
any other circumstance that is brought up.
No, sir.
Okay. Well,
The
that's-
charter is the charter, and you voted for the charter, and we spent numerous hours and here days, not only this time around, but throughout the years that I have been city attorney, we had had at least 4 charter amendments, and it had never been changed. You had the opportunity of changing that, and it was never done. So it's not my fault or your fault or Commissioner Suarez's fault, but it's a charter, and it's everybody's issue. So we cannot amend the charter by a resolution, period. Okay?
Thank you.
is there a second to Commissioner Suarez's motion? Hearing none. Is there a motion to approve? There's got to be one way or another. Is there a motion to approve the resolution? This is a resolution just calling for an election. It's not a very complicated, it's a formality.
A motion.
You have a second? We have a motion and a second. Can we call the roll?
Commissioner Suarez, how do you vote?
Well, normally, this is the normal procedure. This is the normal procedure of the elections. To set the time, to set the date, this is normal.
Yes.
I'm talking something about abnormal that happened the last time. That was a different thing. That was a normal, never happened here. Because normally we run two commissioners and one mayor, two commissioners and the mayor. Only 2 or 3 cases in the years I'm here, we run 3. Because one is resigned or the other went to the county, only 2 or 3 times, run 3 commissions, only 2 or 3 times. And what that happened is, in this last time, is because one of the commissioners went to the mayor position. And that's why when one of the commissioners tried to fill the empty seat from the mayor. Only happened 2 or 3 times. When Rebecca went to county, I think when Reboredo went to county, and I don't know if when your father went to, no, your father no went to county, your father resigned, or Muiña. Only 2 or 3 special cases. Normally, the elections always are 2 commissioners and the mayor. And 2 commissioners doesn't need to need high or lower vote. The relations always are 4 years and 4 years. And the other, when 3 happened like happened to me with Marco Rubio, I feel 2 years of Marco left. I didn't run for more or less vote. It's like a city of Miami in front of us, Reyes, when Reyes run for Francis Suarez went to run for mayor, he did run for the 2 years that the Francis Suarez left, and he filled the 2 years of Francis Suarez. That's very simple and very normal in all the cities. Last year here was an abnormal situation. But in this case, this is a normal procedure. I vote yes, because this is a normal procedure.
Commissioner Blanca, how do you vote? Commissioner Blanes?
Yes.
Mayor Diaz-Padrón?
Yes.
4-0, item passes.
Next item, item H. I think this was, I know it says city manager, but I think this is the mayor's item, so we can defer this next meeting.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Mayor.
Next item?
Next item is item 12, is the consent agenda items, none this evening. Item 13, good of the order.
Anyone for good of the order? I see none. I need a
Well,
motion to adjourn. Oh,
I like to say something.
go ahead.
I like to say to the viewers, I don't know how many viewers are, maybe we have the full city watching. I wish a really happy new year with health and all the good things can life give to the resident of West Miami. Thank you for cooperating with us in the government and the situation with the public works and everybody. So, happy new year for everybody in the city.
Thank you for that.
I got something real quick.
Go ahead.
If
Floor is yours.
anyone started watching the meeting late, I want to again announce that we found a dog. It seems like a 5-6-year-old Cocker Spaniel. It doesn't have a tag. It didn't have a chip. A city employee found him, and the police took him and cared for him, and animal control picked him up. So if you're missing a dog, or you know anyone that's missing a dog, it's a small Cocker Spaniel, about 5-6 years old. He's very well taken care of, so he belonged to somebody. So if you know anything, please let us know. Contact the West Miami Police Department.
All right, thank you for that. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion,
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Meeting adjourned.
good night, thank you, happy new year.
Happy New Year.